Hey Chapel Hill, welcome to another Midweek Update. If you joined us last week, we had a family service and Jamie talked to us on Romans 12:2 and being transformed, and transformation, not just imitation and copying something fake or putting a show on or something like that, but being the real thing and letting Christ come into our hearts, change our minds, and being transformed. This week, we have a guest speaker from Damascus Way coming. His name is Tier Webster, and I don't know what he's speaking not to us exactly, but I do know a little bit about Damascus Way and what the ministry is about because I did some research this week, looked on their website. Damascus Way is all about offering Christ-centered support and guidance to people who are convicted criminals that are out of that system and trying to re-enter into their own communities in a healthy way, and not just go back to their old lifestyles or habits, but letting themselves be transformed and guided through that process through Damascus Way. So that's what the ministry is all about. And I looked at their name. It comes from the story in Acts about Saul. If you know Saul, he was kind of public enemy number one against Christians and did everything in his power to kind of stop the gospel from spreading. And God didn't like that, and God wanted to use Saul for something else, and so he encountered him, and I'll read that encounter story just on the sheet here. It says, "As he neared Damascus on his journey, suddenly a light from heaven flashed around him. He fell to the ground and heard a voice say to him, 'Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?' 'Who are you, Lord?' Saul asked. 'I am Jesus whom you are persecuting,' he replied. 'Now get up and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do.'" So it's a very dramatic story, a dramatic person, Saul, doing everything he can against God, and God coming in a dramatic way and telling him, "Nope, this is the end of this road for you, and I'm going to transform you." Just a really cool story. And it might feel hard to resonate with that story to you because maybe you don't feel like you're as bad as Saul, or maybe you don't even feel like you're as bad as a convicted criminal or something like that. But really, we all are in need of God's grace, and even the Bible uses the word enemy to describe us, to describe anyone before they've been saved through Christ, and that's in Romans 5:8. I'll read that to you. It says, "While we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his Son." So all of us are in need of that intervening power of God's grace in our lives, and it's really cool that Damascus Way is able to use their changed lives to change more people's lives and help them on that road to transformation. And that's what this is all about. So if you want to be praying for Damascus Way, you can pray that they would just increase their reach and the kingdom would spread through them, and that new lives would be transformed every day, every week through them. If you want to prepare for this Sunday, I would encourage you to also just read that story of Saul's transformation. It's in Acts chapter 9, verses 1 through 31. It's a great story. And just reflect on your own transformation and even the pieces of your life that still need to be transformed. Just really focus on those this week and let God speak to you. I hope to see you on Sunday, and have a good rest of your week.